The latest over the years, Thomas has always tried to change himself. This is seen by everyone, and Hope is no exception. Once she said that seeing Thomas change so much, she trusted Douglas to take him and trusted him to make a good father. But what Hope didn't know was that it was just a cover, an appearance that Thomas was put on to fool people. He's trying to please everyone so that he can easily do bad things. But when he heard Hope say that, he was very touched. He knew that he himself had not changed. He felt he had betrayed Hope's expectations. Because for me, as long as Hope likes something, I'll do it. I hope she will be moved by what he has done for her. Will Thomas change himself after looking back at himself, or who continues to act out in front of people? Everyone. Does an evil person like Thomas think again because of love? In fact, until now, Thomas was very regretful of what he had done because he knew that in the near future he would no longer be able to be with Hope, possibly going to prison. So he confessed to her about the call to CBS. He admitted he did it himself and blamed Brooke. He knew Hope would be furious, but Thomas didn't want to hide anything from her. Hope knew the truth in advance, but when the truth came out from Thomas's mouth, she was very disappointed. For so long, Hope had thought Thomas had really changed a lot, but unexpectedly, his evil nature remained the same. This made Hope think she misplaced her trust and that she was rethinking whether to give Douglas back to him. After that conversation, she didn't want to see Thomas's face. Was Thomas thinking about taking Hope and Douglas because of this? Because this is his wish for a life with just the three of them. What evil deeds will he continue to do next? And Taylor and Ridge have been living together for a while, and now they decide to get married again. When she heard the news that Brooke was very sad, she thought all the hopes she hoped for now would never come true. Seeing her mother like that, Hope couldn't stand it. She decided to stop the wedding. On the day they celebrated, Hope stood there and exposed all of Thomas's secrets. This caused everyone there to talk a lot. Taylor and Ridge were very surprised. They still didn't believe what Hope said, though seeing as Thomas had changed so much, there was no reason for him to do that. Ridge thinks that Hope's attempt to disrupt today's ceremony was Brooke's arrangement, so she decided to continue the wedding with Taylor. But Taylor was in a mood to continue now. She was thinking that if Thomas really did, there's a good chance she'd end up with these boys. If that's the case, then Taylor won't be able to live. Then Ridge looked into everything again. He found that everything was just like Hope and Brooke said, but Ridge still believes that Thomas has a mental problem. But he's not evil to harm people like that. It seems that Ridge had complete confidence in Thomas, and he also had calculated that if Thomas were to get sick, perhaps his crime would be reduced. So Ridge put Thomas in a mental hospital for psychological treatment for a while. Meanwhile, Hope will pay Douglas and take him back to his house. All this was to make Thomas think twice and turn himself in. She also didn't want this to drag on for another day. Thomas also had times when he wanted to turn himself in, but there were also times when evil thoughts appeared in his head. So now he agrees with the decisions, and he also thinks there is a problem with his mentality. Was Thomas really psychotic before entering the hospital, or is this just Ridge's way of trying to help Thomas? How will you spend the next days in the hospital?